What's up, y'all? It's the boy L Easy. I'm back with another video after I don't know how many weeks, so don't even bother to count. But my last two videos were about Disney. This video is about cartoon musical. Who says you have to let it go? It's the best part we've ever known. Step into the future and hold on to cartoon musical. But no, for real though, Cartoon Network. Yes, that's because nobody really talks about Cartoon Network music. And I probably should have named it for the old school fans, Cartoon Network Groovies. But I'm like, no, because if you are Triple OG, you know what those are. But that's not even mainly what we're going to be talking about. We will mention those a lot, but that's because that's the main music that Cartoon Network had. I got a secret, hey, formula, just a little bit of high and a little bit of low. I got a secret, formula, just a little bit high, a little bit low. Got a secret, so keep it on the low. If I tell you, make sure nobody knows. Anywho, but yeah. Anywho, but yeah, and I think they should come up with like a new name for that. Could they should reinstate the whole Cartoon Network Groovies thing, but they should call it something more modern. I don't know. Even if it's something from the 2000s, like what did we used to say back then? Cartoon Network Rads? I don't like that name. Cartoon Network Awesomes? No. Cartoon Network Awesome Sauce? I guess that's a choice. Awesome Sauce? Awesome Sauces? But something that's not like actually retro, but it's not actually like, cause like, black folks we used to say after heezy for sheezy. Like, so it needs to be something that either it's either a 2000 slang term, 90 slang term, 2010s, or something basically something from the last 35 years that doesn't sound too old, or at least it doesn't sound as old as something people would have said in the 70s or the 80s or the 60s, because nobody said groovy back in 2000 something. It's like if we were still saying far out, man. Like gag me with a spoon, man. Like that's grody to the max, man. Like I'm out if nobody was talking like that in 2000s. Like people said stuff like rad, awesome, gnarly, awesome, cool, dope, ill, trill, sick. It's just none of these work. Cartoon Network illies? That doesn't sound ills. Cartoon Network illies? Cartoon Network sickies? I don't know. Cartoon Network rads? Cartoon Network gnarly? I don't know. But either way, they need something that's cooler sounding, something that people actually said in the 2000s that if the kids of the day try to say this sound like some old folk, I'll be like, my nigga, that ain't that old. You just a youngin'. And for YouTube, speaking of YouTube, well, for YouTube, because this will be on YouTube later, but for YouTube's sake, I'm black, so I can say the N-word. It's not racist. Just in case YouTube can't tell by my voice. But yeah, nah. I think they need to. Now, I don't know about y'all, and if y'all really watching this video and you watch it past 30 seconds, leave a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, share, all of that good stuff. But also, comment and tell me what y'all think they should call a new program. Cause cartoons, when they brought that back, that program, I'm like cartoons, that's too classic to change. But Cartoon Network Groovies is not like that classic. Like, I would only keep it because of the brand recognition. Like, if I'm being honest, there's nothing to really call it that I would be fine with. And that's the only reason I would keep the whole, Groovies. Cause I'm like, what, again, Rads, Cartoon Network Rads, Cartoon Network Awesomies. Although that would probably be a good award show name. Cartoon Network Rads, Cartoon Network Awesomes, Cartoon Network Gnarlies. Like the Gnarlies, like you get a Gnarly Award. Cartoon Network, Sick? I don't like that. That sounds wrong. But again, we say stuff like Rad, Awesome, Gnarly, like, Ill, Trill, Trillies? The Trillies? Awesome, Rad, Gnarly, I don't know, Ill, Trill, Sick, I don't know, again, Heezy for Sheezy, I don't know, Hizzies? The Hizzies? Cartoon Network hit? No, because that would be I don't fucking know. What I'm saying is, anywho, I would just go with Gnarlies, Cartoon Network Gnarlies, even though it sounds too white for my taste. But I'm like, to my black folks out there, I'm like, the Illies, the Sickies, the Trillies, that doesn't sound right either. But the Gnarlies, sure, why not? Or the Raddies, the Rads, Cartoon Network Rads, Cartoon Network Gnarls. Also, I never knew until I was an adult that gnarly had a G. Why is there a G in the word gnarly? You don't pronounce. I hate words that have silent letters that nobody said. You don't even say the letter in the word. Why is it that? Like in the mortal words of Cat Williams, take that silent motherfucker out of there. If I ain't supposed to say it, why is it there? And that's the same thing with would, could, should. Why is it there if I'm not gonna say it? And then there's other words that are pronounced weird, like business has a U, but usually when we say E, it's an I. But so I can understand why other black people speak bad English, because I'm like, white people, why would we make this language weird? Specifically the British people. Why did y'all make this language weird? Like English is one of the weirdest languages ever. Also, I'm not sure if buffet and I think ballet is actually French, which explains why the T is silent on that word and why the T. But buffet, I don't know who was that. I'm like, did we invent that? Well, not we, the British people. Because I'm like, why is there a? But in a completely unrelated note, actually, I guess it is related. A lot of YouTubers will mispronounce the word debuted. They'll actually pronounce the T debuted. I'm like, Miss Ekman, can you please teach these people how to speak English? By the way, shout out to Miss Ekman, but I'm like, y'all need either Miss Ekman or some other English teacher or literature teacher to teach y'all that you do not pronounce every single letter and every single word. It's just other words, like I said to my black people out there, my fellow black people, yes, ignorant. You're supposed to pronounce every single letter in that word. And like collard greens, yeah. Like I said, in my old rants, yeah, you are. Most words, put it this way to my black people and to my YouTubers, most words you are supposed to pronounce every single word, shut up. Every single letter in the word. That's why it's there. But then there's other words that are spelled so goofy that I'm like, no wonder he thought it was pronounced that way. Again, the word business has a U instead of an I. The word ballet has a T, and the word buffet has a T at the end, but you don't say the T. Like, what the fuck is that? But again, those two words I think are not even English words. I think they like French. And then you got words like again, debut. I'm pretty sure debut is an English word, and if it's not, y'all never been. You're not supposed to pronounce the T at the end of that word. Why do you think you say debut and not debut? Why would you think you pronounce it now because there's a D at the end? People. Have you not ever seen the word moved? Moved has a D at the end, but you don't say moved. You don't say moved. You still pronounce it moved. You pronounce it over here M-O-V-E, move. M-O-V-E-D, moved. And again, I'm not just talking to black people. I'm talking to these YouTubers, these that be all kinds of colors. Just so we can, I'm talking about white people, black people. Why y'all pronounce it debuted? You don't pronounce the T. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent about nothing. But anywho, back to the thing I was actually supposed to be talking about. Cartoon Network, cartoon musical. Which, why is that not a thing? But again, I would just go with the gnarly. I would just go with gnarlies. Or gnarlies. Yeah, because it already has already has the Y. You just probably have to spread it out and put an I-E or just spell it the way it's already spelled with the Y and put the S at the end. Like how Disney Channel does the artists, formerly known as the RDMAs, the Radio Disney Awards. Yeah. By the way, that's the one thing we won't be talking about in this video, the Cartoon Network Hall of Game. Because I didn't like that award show. That's the one award I didn't want to win when I was a kid. I'm like, I don't want that award. This is about sports. That's like if you gave me an ESPY award. I might show up and be a performer, but even then, I'm like, I don't do sports. I don't care about nothing here. I don't care who wins, what category. Whereas Cartoon Network, I'm like, if the Hall of Game Award had invited me and I was famous back then, maybe. But that's only because I was a kid and I grew up watching the original Cartoon Network. But I don't watch Cartoon Network anymore. I watched from 2010 to 2014 because they still had Ben 10, Symbiotic Titan, Generator Rex, the Scooby-Doo, Crystal Cove, Mad, and yeah, just those 5 shows. And Looney Tunes. Yeah, I like those 5 shows. Those are the only 5 I could actually stand. After those shows got canceled, I'm like, fuck this network. Y'all ain't got shit on here. We won't be talking about anything past 2010, really. So, good luck with that. In the mortal words of that dude from Wizard Waverly, from that one episode of Wizard Waverly Place. Yeah, good luck with whatever. But anywho, my point is, we had. By the way, y'all, my TV's been acting up, and that shit's only connected to the internet, so this shit might be acting up too, because this is most definitely connected, connected to the internet. But yeah, that's gonna bother me all day. I don't know because I feel like they should rename that shit to something like again, the Rads doesn't sound right, the Awesomies, the Sickies, the Trillies, the Flyies, the Dopies, because that sounds like something. I would just go with Gnarlies. But only because that's just something that sounds like I'm not a white dude, but at the same time, I wasn't saying ill, trill, dope, fly, fresh, off the hook, off the chain. Yeah, like hizzy for shizzy, heezy for sheezy. In the hizzy, like I wasn't saying none of this shit because I only spoke proper English, which is why. For the first 16 years of my life, I would correct you. These days, I just gave y'all a whole English lesson. That's because I still remember how to pronounce these words. But if we're in an actual real world conversation, I'm not gonna correct you for one, because like the aforementioned Miss Ekman once said, we all speak different when we're around our friends. 2, I don't really. Yeah, I mispronounce words all the time now, but that's because, like, instead of saying "were" or "we're," I'll say "we" instead of "were." We're going, we're going. Because we, or instead of saying "your," I'll say "you." But anyway, because I mostly hang around black people. Mostly, but also it's also because Yeah, I don't really care as much because it's been 20 something years, and white people be trying to speak like us anyways. Plus, they have their own weird way. If you think about what is those people called here, but anyway, we get into racial top. We don't need that. But I'm saying I would just call it the Norleys because that's the best name you could come up with. But I would still make it clear this is not one race. We celebrate everything. It's Cartoon Network. We celebrate everything from Juniper Lee to like Ben 10 to Classic 3000. Like anything that had music on it. Back in the 2000s all the way up to modern day, but we mostly focusing on the classics. If anything, if we being biased towards anybody, it's the 2010s kids. Because unlike Disney and Nickelodeon, I only like Cartoon Network from the 90s and the 2000s. I don't like nothing past 2010. But with Disney Channel, you can pretty much put on any Disney Channel show in the last 30 years. Like the only bias I have, the only thing I won't watch from Disney and Nickelodeon is whatever is, the shows from the 70s and the 80s. Like the only thing I like from that is the Kids Choice Awards and the fucking, what's that shit called? Kids Choice Awards and Double Dare. Like whatever came out, like I kind of do want to see that Alice in Wonderland show, but it's only because I think that's a cool idea, and they supposed to be doing that with Sabrina Carpenter this year, or maybe it was, I don't know. Is that movie still coming out? I didn't hear Sabrina announce it. I mean, her new album come out on August the 29th, but is that movie still coming out? I don't fucking know. Is it changed? Did they recap? I don't know. Y'all have to see for y'all. I don't fucking know. But anywho, music movies. But, as they say, back to the subject at hand, back to the topic at hand. But, what I was actually saying, what I was actually trying to say is that if that was a real award show, we would only be focusing on the old school stuff. And speaking of old school stuff, now the Cartoon Network Groovies, I feel like since this is gonna be on YouTube and I've already cussed, so I'm not gonna get monetized anyways. But yeah. The Cartoon Network Groovies were exactly what they sound like. I don't know if they sound like anything, but if they do sound like anything, what they sound like is they're a bunch of old videos, bunch of old video footage from old cartoons at the time that were old compared to what was currently airing at the time. And this would be like Magilla Gorilla, what's his name? Jabberjaw, Josie and the Pussycats. Well, you get the idea. Speed Buggy. Anywho, they would put like a new song. Maybe it's it would be like a song that was related to the actual show, like the Magilla Gorilla. Shut up, I can't talk. The Magilla. One more time with feeling. The Magilla Gorilla one was like, Magilla Gorilla, I got a gorilla for sale. I got a gorilla for sale. Banging on the glass, I got a gorilla for sale. Something like that. And they would hire these like indie, underground, alternative, like emo type of, again, indie, pop, rock rappers. Like, they wouldn't hire nobody who's mainstream that everybody knows. So you ain't gonna see nobody like Avril Lavigne. Which, to be fair, why was Avril Lavigne not a choice? I assume she probably said no if they asked her. Because let's be honest, it's not because Cartoon Network wanted to do this. It's because Disney and Nick had already taken the big pop stars, and the ones that they didn't take, they made in-house. So, yeah, that's what they would do. And they would even take cartoons that were already currently airing on the network, like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, what else? Cause they never had one for Johnny Bravo as far as I can remember. So I would have just took that one from the episode where he crossed over with Scooby Doo and put that in there. They never had a cow and chicken, but they had Dexter. You know, they had Cool. Oh yeah. They had people, such people as your boy Coolio, but I'm like, I wasn't really feeling that because again, in the case of Nickelodeon, they had people like TLC, Coolio, yeah, and then Disney had people like Christina Milian, um, Christina Milian, Destiny's Child. They would have people like this who were upcoming artists, but they were also professional artists. And that's why they really kind of, got, because like when you were upcoming artist and you a professional, even if you got a couple of hits, couple of bangers, you still trying to get your name. Or again, you go on like what's called a press junket or a promo tour. And a press junket is exactly what you just do a bunch of interviews, talk to different people, and like that's basically what a promo tour is. You go to different radio stations, go to carnivals, whatever you can find to get your name out there, to get your career started. And it's like, yeah, like in the modern words of K. Smith, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. But that being said, yeah. So like so again, Disney and Nick was building theirs in-house. So every artist we love, Selena, Demi, Miley, Miranda, Victoria, I don't know, Olivia, Jamie Lynn, Big Time, Emma, Kiki, you get the point. These people were, Kiki never released any music officially with Nickelodeon, but you get what I'm saying. Even though Kiki never officially released any music with Nick, she was still kind of on their rosters. She just was never signed to Columbia. But what I'm saying is Cartoon Network didn't have that benefit because, Disney and Nick had already taken all the big artists that they wanted. And even if Cartoon Network had the ability and Disney and Nick didn't take all the artists, another factor you have to remember is Cartoon Network was still new. They were still finding their footing. Like, I'm not going to say what month Cartoon Network was founded, but trust me, it's not too far from now. It's only a few months from now. And they're not celebrating like a huge, crazy ass anniversary. So that's why I won't be doing nothing for that day. I should have done something for that a couple of years ago. But what I'm saying is, when Cartoon Network was first founded, about the time the 2000s came, and I don't remember exactly what month or year the Groovies came out. I just know that when the Groovies came out, like, this was smack dab in the 2000s. Like, we hadn't even reached 2000, like 05 or 04. And I think it was done by 04, but I know they was definitely most done by 06 or 05. Because you told me they still had the Groovies in 04, 05, 06. I'm like, you lying to me, my dude. You lying to me. I'm like, stop lying. You're a lying liar. Pants. But either way, even if you were telling the truth, I'd be like, that's crazy, because the 05 maybe, but 06, hell no. Hell no. Somebody get Billie Eilish, because we got that hell no in this building. But anywho, but yeah, the Groovies was crazy. I like them. One of my favorites is Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Somebody get the dog. Who's gonna get the dog? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Creepy. Cereal. Somebody's at the door. Somebody get the dog. Who's gonna get the dog? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Something horrible wants to destroy our humble. Nowhere. Shaq. Who's gonna get the door? Who's gonna get the door? Courage the Cowardly Dog. Also, just so y'all know, for the last 20-something years, including last night, I've been trying to find an official version of that song, but I could never do it. And they said it was about a group called They Might Be Giants. And the only reason I know They Might Be Giants is a real group is because Melissa Joan Hart, she was a fan of these people because that's how she got the job as Clarissa from Clarissa. That's how she got the job in the first place. Because the dude was like, he was looking for a girl who was like not like which is a term we use way too much on YouTube these days. But for lack of a better term, a girl who wasn't like other girls, not like other girls. And she was into weird bands, not like normal. Whatever. I don't even know who was popular in 91 actually, because Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, they didn't come out yet. TLC, like, even if you told me you was a big fan of like TLC, I don't know, SWV, Salt and Pepper, like, I don't know. I felt like because rap was still kind of new, it would have kind of been like what we talking about now. I don't want to say that because I'm like, if anything, the white people just didn't want us to be. But anyway, we get into too much racial stuff, which I guess we are talking about history guess y'all didn't know Cartoon Network is more than a couple of decades old. So I guess we kind of, and if you're talking about music, you kind of have to get into that, but you don't really have to go. You can gloss. Anyway, but my point is, that's the only reason I knew that They Might Be Giants was a real band and that they were pretty popular, even though they were weird. But it kind of makes sense. And this is the one song I can't find. And it's not like they never did children's music before. And this is from a show that's 26 years old. So they can't be embarrassed. If they were, it must have been from when they were from back in the day. Now, what I'm most likely guessing is it was just lost to time. Like, nobody thought about saving shit like this back in the day. The only reason they get into Disney and the next stuff is easy to find because these already were artists working for that channel or who got hired to do a song for that channel. Like, the only reason you can't find a legit version of Destiny's Child singing the Pride Family, what you and me will always be time. Family every single day and night. Even when you start acting like a fool, I'm loving every single thing you do. I know that I can always be myself. You're more than anybody else. And every day in another school, there's no one I love as much as you. Family, proud family. They'll push your buttons. They make you want to scream. Family, proud family. They make you want to hug on the family, the proud family. Ouch. When Oscar says ouch at the end. Anywho, my point is because even though that's a legit theme song for a show hired by, I feel like, I don't know, because Destiny's Child was still kind of new at that point. Like, they had only been out for like 3 years. So you're going to have to ask Beyonce and Kelly why the fuck they didn't want to. I assume it's not because they hated the Pride. I assume it's just one of those time things, like, people just kind of forgot and didn't think to be like, hey, shouldn't we save this video footage for like posterity? Like, not even Beyonce, but more like Disney executives probably just didn't think. And cause I don't know, I feel like maybe Beyonce and Kelly Rowland was out there like, get rid of that. Cause you can still see the behind the scene footage now. It's just bootlegging. And you can see them discussing it. Talking about, we love the Pride family, we love Disney Channel, we think it's a good place to keep. Yeah, the video footage still exists, but I think the reason you can't legit find it on Disney Channel's YouTube channel or any other Disney affiliated things is because no one just thought about to save it. And Destiny Child, they didn't really need to do it. They was already 3 years old at that point. So they already had all the songs, most of the songs you probably thinking of in your head. But yeah, so I don't know. Now, if it was Beyonce on her solo career, I could kind of see why she was like, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit. But anywho. But it's not like it's not like not Disney, shut up. Cartoon Network, CN. It's not like CN didn't get any big artists to come on there, or should I say any mainstream artists. Like, they did get Simple Plan. They did get dude, my brain just went blank. My mind just went blank. Who was it? I mean, they did get Simple Plan, Coolio, fucking, Andre 3000, what's his name? will.i.am. But Andre 3000 really doesn't count because they gave him his own show and that wasn't like a Cartoon Network Groovy, so that doesn't really count. I'm like, shit, I'll show up too and do some shit. It's my show. Of course I'm going to do the voice, make the songs, make sure everything is cool, tight, make sure all of this is put well together, make sure this is the illest, dopest, trillest show ever of all time. Make sure this show is lit. Make sure it's up to par. Now, and like I said in my last video, there's rumors that Class of 3000 might be coming back, but I don't know any more than what y'all know, because the only thing I know more than what y'all know is that there was a reboot, because half of y'all probably didn't know that was going to maybe be a reboot, but even then, that's not much. Because again, when I first, read the headline of the article, and it said a classic Cartoon Network show was coming back, I don't even remember if they specified that it was about music, but I'm like, come on. If they specified it was about music, there's only 2 of these that can come back. Ha Ha, Puffy Yami, You and Me. Nobody wants that, except apparently Jordan Fringe. And Class of 3000. So we know it's most likely answer was Class of 3000 is the one they think about bringing back. But anywho, my point is, they got like, those people. But then most of the other artists were like random ass indie artists, like some people named Sky Cycle, which doesn't actually count because that was for Scooby-Doo. Really? Like Scooby-Doo, shut up. Simple Plan doing Scooby-Doo. What's New Scooby-Doo? That doesn't really count either because that was more of a WB type of thing, but it just aired on Cartoon Network, and that was 25 years ago. So I'm guessing by the time, I'm not sure if Scooby-Doo, if What's New Scooby-Doo was still new by 2000 something, by 2002, 2003, 2001. Because, once they get to 52 episodes, they ain't worried about making no more. But if it were, then yes, they would be, making new. Well, they didn't touch up the theme song, but all they did was take that. And if I'm Simple Plan, I'm probably going to do it. 1, because I'm an up-and-coming rock band. 2, even if we the biggest rock band in the world, we fucking do, it's just fucking Scooby-Doo is what I'm saying. But, if it was something like They Might Be Giants, like Courage the Cowardly Dog was big, but what I forgot to mention about that is, what I forgot to mention actually, yes, is that they did other stuff that was for kids, like the Hot Diggity Dog, that stupid ass song for Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Not the Mickey Mouse Club, but Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Cause if you ask me to do something for the Mickey Mouse Club, like, I ain't never seen this show in my life. I ain't hear about this till I was old. But if you explain to me what it was, and Christina, yes, the Christina and Brittany were on this shit, and Justin Timberlake and fucking Ryan Gosling before they really popped off. I'll be like, nigga, stop talking. Yes, I will do it. Nigga, what you talking about? All you do is say, Miss Oops, I did it again. And Genie in the bottle. All you do is say they was on this show before they got famous. Because this ain't a Sabrina Carpenter situation. She was already famous when she did Girl Me World. Y'all people just too stupid to admit. Yeah, y'all don't like to admit when y'all wrong. Because I'm like, she had millions of people watching her. This ain't like when Isabella Pappas had a couple of thousand, 800,000 people watching. I can kind of see why Isabella Pappas, Ava Calker, fucking Mallory James Mahoney, fucking Ruby Rose Turner, Kylie Cantrell, Meg Donnelly can't just show up like, hi, it's me. I'm as famous as Beyonce. No, you really not. But yeah, even 11 years ago, Sabrina could have showed up like the showstopper and be like, yeah, I'm Beyonce. That's right. And Rowan Blanche, and Rowan, what's her name? Landry Lauren, fucking, I don't know, Peyton, let's go with Peyton. Peyton, Debbie, fucking, Olivia, Bridget. I feel like even now, Dove is a mid-level pop star. Like you B level, you B minus. You can't show up like that 12 years ago or now. But it's just back then you probably could at least try to get away with it because you had your own show. But also China, shout out to China. But yeah, R.I.P. Cameron Boyce. Sophia definitely can because Sophia's still doing her thing to this day. Shout out to Boo Boo. Yeah, Boo Boo. That's his name. Anywho, again, but we get off track. We get totally off track, like Chanel would say, which is appropriate for this video. But again, which we'll get to that in a minute, because by the time Cartoon Network tried to sign their own artists, it was too late. It was too late because they tried to do it like what they tried to do it at this time now. That's what I'm saying. In 2005, it would have been too late. But after 2005, no. The decade is pretty much over. You signed your own warrant. Whatever. But anywho, Marple, you sealed your fate. But what I'm saying is, that shit is vacuum packed. But what I'm saying is, you, again, they had, because I don't like Will I Am, but that song, I Got a Secret Formula, it's just a little bit of high and a little bit of low. I got a secret formula. If I tell you, make sure nobody knows. I got a secret formula. So keep it on the low. If I tell you, make sure nobody knows. In my lab, I got funk. In my lab, I got rock. In my lab, I got beat. Make dance go stiff when he step up in my lab. You can smell it, but wait before you step up in my lab. Huh? What you say? Anywho, y'all get what I'm saying. That song. And then, back to the lab again. That was not like a big artist. That was some dude named Prince Paul. And I know like two of y'all just lost y'all fucking shit on YouTube and Facebook right now. Like probably, most likely somebody my uncle's age or like, I don't know, even like Antonio Willie D's age, which I mean, me and Didi the same age, but you know what I'm saying? Somebody who actually knows more about underground rap is probably like, you don't know who Prince Paul is? You don't know? Yeah, nigga, I only know mainstream rappers. The only underground rappers I know is, Cupcake and Blake Kelly. Like anything past that, my boy, I don't know who that is, and I don't care. Like if I was supposed to know who they are, they would have been more famous. Now, just because something is underground don't mean it's not good. But I'm talking about if it's underground pop, like Melanie, yeah, I'm all over that. But yeah, if it's just underground rap, I'm like, nah, I just like the most mainstream, basic shit. Nelly, 50 50 fucking, I don't know, what's their name? Yin Yang Twin. Like, I'm the most basic nigga you ever, like, Lil Jon in the East Side. But, like, I'm the most basic, average, everyday motherfucker who just likes the mainstream shit you hear on the radio when it comes to rap. But when it comes to pop, if that shit good, yeah, I'm all up on Noah Cyrus, fucking Melanie, Logan Henderson, fucking 21 Pilots. Like, I listen to that shit because it ain't the normal pop. Like, it's pop, but it ain't normal pop. It's like the kind of pop like your mama would have some say, like, boy, what the hell is that? The hell is that? Boy, you ain't listening to that shit no more. I don't know what the fuck that was. But you ain't gonna listen to that shit no more. Mine, not that devil shit. The fuck was that shit? You ain't gonna do that no more. What I told you. I told you. Like I'm Kevin Hart. Oh, no, Soldier Boy. I told you. She got a dog. I told you. God damn it. Did you see that? I was like, ooh. Anywho. But nah. Y'all, but yeah, what I was trying to say is, yeah, that song still be hitting. That song is fire as fuck, man. Like, I guess that could be the name of the award show. The Fireys? Nah, don't call it that. The Flammies? The Liddies? Nah, I'm still gonna go with the Gnarlies. Let me know if y'all like that name. Although I don't work for Cartoon Network, so it don't really matter. But anywho, what I'm saying is, yeah, they had artists, but most of them were just like underground people you never heard of. And again, that band Sky Cycle did a song for Scooby Doo called, and it go like, you hear the screeching of the owl, you hear the wind begin to howl, you know there's zombies on the prowl, and it's terror time again. They got you running through the night, and it's terror time again. You know you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time. Which I was already listening to that song earlier this year and last year pretty much, but coincidentally, CN actually showed that at like 8 o'clock in the morning on like a Sunday. Is that a thing? Because like I seen the other day, it was either yesterday or the day before, like they had Scooby-Doo, what was it? Scooby-Doo, Where's My Mummy? Yeah. Where's My Mummy? Mummy. And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Oh, that's from the Jason Derulo video. I'm not being, actually, I'm not trying to, I'm going to get, this video is going to get, this video is probably going to get, But anywho, what I was trying to say is, what was I saying? Yeah, so that don't really count. But also the Simple Plan song, I'm counting it because Scooby-Doo airs on Cartoon Network, and it's owned by the same people, so who cares? It's owned by the people who own Cartoon Network, so fuck it. It's Cartoon Network to me. And it's also for Teen Titans. But you can't really find a Teen Titans theme song. And again, Sky Cycle, I don't know who they are, and I tried to type in the name of the band, and it still just give you a bootleg version. So I'm like, you might as well just go ahead and listen to the bootleg version. I'm like, it's clear whoever this band is, they hadn't made music since like 1998. So they haven't been relevant enough for this to matter. And again, you got songs, and you got like, you got people like, Okay, Let's Go, and Devo. Anywho, but yeah, Devo. But speaking of Devo, I feel like they must think they better than what they are because Devo and Cherish, like I was saying that about the other artists that are way bigger than this, but I don't know. I feel like, because again, They Might Be Giants actually has the actual hot dog song on there. I feel like, but this was just later. Like, I don't know when the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse theme song was first created, and I don't know if they the OG singers because I don't do kindergarten shows. I don't do, Disney Junior, Nick Jr., Cartoonito, Tickle You, PBS. So I don't fucking know. You're going to have to find that for yourself, but I don't know what year which theme song first came out. But all I do know is, if they got that on now, I'm pretty sure they're not embarrassed to have kid songs, because they have other kid songs, but they have songs where they singing about math and science and stuff like this. So I think that's more of a time issue. Like, it was a different time. And even if it was made in the same year, I think what was the same decade, probably what happened was nobody really thought about Courage the Cowardly Dog that much. Like, it was a popular show, but they figured there's no merchandise or anything for that. Either that or they figured nobody really listened to these songs. We just need this to promote the show. The promotion. I don't fucking know. It's the 2000s. Anywho. But, yeah. So, I think it's more of that. People just forgot didn't even forget. They just didn't think about it to do it in the first place. To preserve that. Because that's why you can't really find the old, like, you can find one Beyblade song that's just under a weird ass name. So, I think the name of the song is Beyblade Let It Rip. I don't fucking know. Anywho, but yeah. So I think with Devo and Cherish, unlike They Might Be Giants, I think Devo and Cherish actually thought they was bigger than what they actually were. I'm like, my nigga, nobody knows what the fuck a Devo is, what the fuck a Cherish is. Like, if y'all don't know who Devo is, they the one that say, whip it good, now whip it straight. Whip it. You must, on the log, you must whip it, you must whip it. Those dudes. Yeah. So I guess they thought it was too good. If you don't know what song they sung, it was the Go Monkey Go, Mojo Jojo, Go Monkey Go, Mojo Jojo, go. And again, even the dudes who sing the goddamn Jabba Jaw song, they even have that song. I don't think it's available. I think it's more of a, what's that shit called? Topic. Like, again, if you see the word topic, TOPIC, that means it's halfway between illegal and legal. It's like a fan-made page to preserve this music, but like, you can still play through it like it's the legit channel of that artist. So, I don't know. You have to ask YouTube why they don't flag these channels. Because I'm not asking them to flag these channels, because they're very helpful. But, again, with the group who sings that song, I don't know. What's their name? Pain? Yeah, Pain. Their name is Pain, like, Pain, Pain. And then, the group that's Soul Coffin. I can't remember what song, what show that's supposed to be for. Where it's like, I'm rolling. I gotta get a new bone. I gotta get a tight tension on. I gotta slip it up until the rust is gone. I gotta get a new bone. I gotta get a tight tension on. I'm rolling now. I'm rolling now. Norman was a broken throne with a broken arm. Norman was a broken throne with a broken arm. I gotta get a new bone. I'm rolling now. I'm rolling now. 1, 2, 1, 2 to the amplifier, 1, 2 to the amplifier, 1, 2, 1, 2 to the amplifier. Gotta get tuned to the amplifier. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 to the amplifier, 1, 2 to the amplifier. I'm rolling. Anywho, but yeah, if y'all know what show that was supposed to be from, hit me up. There's also, but yeah, the Jabba Jaw song is stupid. Me and my friends getting no respect. What the Scooby-Doo do that we neglect? We putting all our bros in check, but me and my friends getting no respect. Hit it with it, hit them with it like motorcycle. Hit it with it, hit them with it like motorcycle. But yeah. You can find both of those songs: Soul Coffin, Rolling, Pain, Jabberjaw. But again, if I was Soul Coffin, because I don't even know what the fuck Soul Coffin is. I don't even know what a Soul Coffin is. But these are the kind of dudes where I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to do some stupid kids show. Like if it was an adult show, an adult cartoon, I'd be like, sure. Even if I thought it was kind of stupid, which I don't, because you know I'm a cartoon fan, well, other people think cartoons forget. But even if I thought it was stupid for adults to watch cartoons, I'd be like, hey, at least they're adults. Even if they're not mature. But at that point, but yeah, I don't know what that song is supposed to be for. Rolling by Soul Coffin. Pain, Jabberjaw is always what that's for. Josie and the Pussycat on gives and tells fans. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen that on multiple different channels, but they all work, so I didn't really try that hard to try to find out what the fuck they were supposed to originally be for. But again, with Devo and fucking Chip, why y'all trying to act like y'all bigger than what y'all actually are? Is someone gonna tell them? Like, or are you gonna tell them? Because, like, nobody remembers Cherish. Like, you can really replace them, and I already know who I would replace if they had to do a new version of this song. I already know who I would replace them with. I'm not gonna say who. And that's the same thing with Devo. I already know who I would replace y'all with if I had to. So why y'all talking? Like, y'all easy to replace. Like, it's not like, again, with Disney Channel, which they already did do that. I forgot. They replaced Destiny's Child with some other group for the new reboot. But still, that decision had to be made right there. No decision had to be made to replace fucking Devo and Cherish. Who would have thought about that? Like, I don't know what no damn Devo is and Cherish. You mean some random ass girl group? That'd be like if you was arguing like for no secrets, play. I mean, no disrespect to no secrets and play and fucking, I don't know, Everlife. What the fuck that? Yeah, Everlife. Yeah, Everlife, Everclear. Well, actually, Everclear, I think they're more rock and roll. But Everlife, you get the point what I'm saying. No disrespect, but you can replace these people in either way easily without even trying. There's no disputing, debating, hashing it out. Like, these are easily replaceable bands. Nobody remembers these people. These are, relics of the 2000s shit that you only remember because you were there. Nobody who were not there will remember. Like T Squad. Speaking of Boo Boo Stewart, I didn't know Boo Boo Stewart was in a group. But then when they played the song, they talking about that song, they go vertical, vertical, it's like a miracle, whatever. Like, no, that's definitely Boo Boo Stewart. But I didn't know that who Boo Boo Stewart was back in the day. Because, the thing that he got famous for wasn't a thing yet. But now all I can hear is Boo Boo Stewart and a bunch of other random people in the background. So, but what I'm saying is, yeah, no, bad Cherish, bad Devo. Go sit in the corner till we call for you. Bad pussy, bad pussy, bad. Anywho, Anywho, but yeah, I think they the ones who thought they was too good because I don't like um Will I Am, but even I like that's the only Will I Am song I still like to this day, 20 something years later. But back then I didn't really dislike him. I just wasn't really into music. But when I got into music, I didn't like him at all and his little friend. But what I'm saying is that song is the only song, Secret Formula from Dexter's Lab, that's actually a good song. Now I gotta give him credit. I didn't know Samurai Jack. That I didn't know the theme song. He was the one doing, the Samurai Jack theme song. Like, okay, I use that, but that's all. But either way, I just think those were the only, cause like Simple Plan, they did Scooby Doo. I don't know what else they did. Well, actually, that's not true. They did something recently that I shall not talk about. They is a kindergarten show. So clearly these bands don't have problems doing kindergarten shows. And even if they are embarrassed, they probably just did it because the check cleared and they got their money and they was new, up and coming. Or even if they old school, maybe they almost, even if they not has-been status, they're like, we ain't getting paid. Money is money. A check is a check. But I'm not going to do that for a check unless I'm about to go broke, major broke style. Like, unless I'm finna be like Bella Thorne in 2010, when I'm finna be homeless on the goddamn street, eating out of the trash. Hell yeah. I'll be like, nigga, if it's on, I'll be like, hell yeah, my nigga. I did a damn song for a children's show, for a little kindergarten show. My nigga, if I didn't do this shit, I was going to be homeless on the street, eating out of the trash. Are you okay? As long as I got a choice and I'm still making mostly past ends meet, as long as I'm still making at least a couple of mil, heck, not even if I'm making only a couple of thousand, but if I'm only making hundreds of dollars and, world famous artist and everybody knows my name, but I ain't got no money, fuck that shit. Hell yeah, I'm finna go do this little kid song. Fuck y'all talking. But anywho, but what I'm saying is, besides those people, I don't think nobody, I just think everything else. Cause again, with Simple Plan, Coolio, Will I Am, who was it? Will I Am, fucking, what did I say before? Coolio, no wait. Simple Plan, Coolio, Will I Am, and I forgot something. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. But anyway, these people, I don't think they just thought it was too good to do these songs because it was for kids at the time. I think it just got lost to time. Like nobody thought to save this because streaming was not a thing until 2013. So nobody in the 2000s was thinking, hey, 13 years from now, we're going to have this new thing, this new technology called streaming, which will have every single song ever that's ever existed in the history of the world. Like, who's thinking that far? You would have to be some fucking genius. That's like being in the 80s and predicting the internet. When that finally came out, y'all should know that was going to be as big as it was. But when streaming came out 12 years ago, who the fuck was thinking this was going to be as big as it is? You didn't think it was going to replace cable and replace, CDs and shit, whatever. Because we already had iTunes. We just thought it was going to be something like iTunes and, putting it on your MP3 player. We didn't think it was going to be this big. Because, now I can get all these songs for free on YouTube Music. You just have to watch a couple of ads first. But whatever. And, then they also had iHeartRadio. But, Spotify was the first one to come. So. But either way, who am I thinking of? Because that Prince Paul dude again, I don't know who he is. So even if he was some big deal, I'm like, you a big deal on the underground scene, not the main stream. And again, I don't know if they actually tried to contact, Pink, Avril Lavigne, Pink, Avril, Britney, Christina, fucking, but they already did, because shut up. Christina did the Reflection from Mulan, so it's not like they were above doing stuff for kids stuff, And, that's, I guess Christina, because, like, that's where she got her start from. Even though I'm not acknowledging that shit, except just to say I think that's the only reason why she did that, the original version of Reflection, and came back to do it again in the 2020 version. Because otherwise, there would have been no reason. And I guess they were kind to her. They was good to her. They never disrespected her or did anything creepy to her. So I can't really blame her for being loyal. But all the rest of y'all niggas being loyal to these niggas when they being creepy, okay. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. But nah, that's all I can really say. Because, like, they didn't start making in-house talent. Because, like, even by 2004, again, the aforementioned Ha Ha Puffy, Ami Yumi, they were working for Cartoon Network, but the show was just the Cartoon Network show. They were not, now I don't know who paid them, Cartoon Network or some third party, but it was their show, so they probably got money. But they were already an established group. I just never heard of them before until the TV show. And I thought the show was just like subpar. I thought it was kind of like so decent. Like even 11 years later when I watched it again, I'm like, this show, nope, I still feel the same way I felt about it in 2004. It's just kind of average. Like, I didn't need to see every single episode of this show. And I would watch it on Saturday morning if I had missed it or if I had already seen it. But I wasn't going to watch it again. Because it might have had its own 2 video games. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they never had like a soundtrack because, they were already a famous, J-pop band. So they didn't really need to make music specifically for the show, but they might have already did, because some of the songs were featured in the show, but that was mostly chase sequences. I ain't finna say nothing, I don't care. Fuck the show, I guess, but not the actual people. Like when I say fuck Ha Ha Puffy I'm you, I'm talking about the show, not the people. But either way, and then they eventually got, Class of 3006, nah, 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 nah. Class of 3006. So much reality TV that real life becomes sitcom, and you ain't got no rhythm. We gon' show you how to get some. Yeah. Hey, son, can I take her to the bridge? Ha. Hey, son, can I take her to the bridge? Okay. That song. Well, that show too, because there's other songs, but that's the only one I actually care about. Just like with Ha Ha Puffy I'm Human, the only thing I care about that they actually did was the first little bit of the theme song, but apparently you can find that whole thing. And the first little bit, you can find not the first, but you can find but you can't really find a legit version of the Teen Titans theme song. But they sang they sang both of those, the English and the Japanese version, obviously. But you can't find a legit version, even though it's on the album, but it won't work on YouTube Music or YouTube. So I'm guessing it went unlisted. I don't know, because they had it blacked out and they had that little logo, that little, symbol over it. That means you can't listen to it. And sometimes it just means you can't listen to it on that platform. If you switch to YouTube, it'll let you listen to it. Or if you switch to YouTube Music, it'll let you listen to it on that platform, but not YouTube. That's why certain songs will be skipped in my playlist called Vartoon Music, which you can listen to. It's just the word. I was trying to spell Cartoon Network, but I accidentally hit the V and stuff, and I just kept it because it was so iconic. But you can check it out on YouTube right now, YouTube Music. But again, some of these songs won't let you play it. And that's why sometimes you'll get, that's why I want both of y'all, not both, who's both of y'all? That's why I want all of y'all to listen to both, because it's the same playlist, but again, certain songs won't play depending on what platform you're on. So you might have to check till you miss rolling. If you wonder why a certain song that I mentioned was not there, it's because it won't play on that platform and it just skips it. Like you can clearly see I put it there if you actually look at the list of songs, but it just won't let you play it on that platform. So you have to go to YouTube to hear it. Like, again, Rolling, I don't know, Brains. Yeah, that's a real song by Voltaire. Lair Voltaire. And in another video, I already explained this, but he said they wouldn't pay him for his fucking song. He had a song on YouTube. Not YouTube. He had a song on, like, the thing that it was on. But what am I saying? He had it on Cartoon Network, is what I'm saying. They were aired on Cartoon Network, how Disney Channel is airing Electric Bloom during commercials, but they wouldn't pay him a single cent. So by the time he told him, hey, I'm not getting a paycheck for this song. Where's my money? Run me my money. Let's go. They said, okay, since you ain't getting paid for this, you know what, we already don't air this. Why don't we just go ahead and cut this off? How is that fair? How is that No, y'all should have paid him what y'all owed him, then just took the song off of the air. Because that would have been a fair agreement. You'd be like, okay, we didn't pay you, so we just gonna pay you what we owe you and nothing more, and we not gonna pay you a single cent more than what we need to pay you, is what they should have said. And then they should have just took it off. This is why you could tell Cartoon Network, you could tell Disney, Net, and CNN or Greedy. Mostly Disney, Viacom, and WB. Because, come on, man. Come on. Y'all the big fucking three. If y'all were the lower three, I can understand why they being stingy, because they be like, we don't have money. We funded by the government and we make educational programs. We don't have any more than what we have. We can't afford to pay you. And cartoonists and animators get paid up front. We pay you up front because fair is fair. But after that, we didn't pay you. We can't pay you. We don't have to pay you residuals and royalties and fucking stuff like that. And by the way, it's only the kids networks that won't give out royalties and residuals. Like the adult networks, apparently you do get that. And apparently if it's an adult movie, because that dude from American Pie who plays Stu Stifler, he still gets money to this day. That nigga rich and living good. So you can tell it's just these networks that the kids networks that don't want to pay nobody no money. But anyway, that's fucking crazy. Pay these fucking, and again, we just figure all these actors are rich, but nah, they ain't got no money. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, Miranda Cosgrove, like all these actors have already spoken out and said, we only get pennies. Like we get like a 15-cent check, 25-cent check every couple of years. We don't really get big money, like what y'all thinking, millions, billions, thousands. No, we don't get that. We get like a penny a quarter, $1 check, and sometimes that'll help you get some food or something, but it won't do nothing. Like for me, that'll change my whole life. You kidding me? A couple of $15 checks. How much is that? 30 cents is what? I mean, 60 cents is almost, that's not $1. But basically what I'm saying is, if I got enough of those, that would at least come up to $1, not $1, $10, so I can eat with every month. So that would change my fucking whole life. And I'm on TV too? Shit, the fuck I will. Take that opportunity. The hell I wouldn't take it. But anywho, but for them, they professional actors who've been acting for years. And they actually all famous. Like, why the hell would I sit here and not want my money for what I'm owed? Okay, fuck around and play with it. But anyway, what I'm saying, yeah, Cartoon Network were being stingy with the money. They told him he couldn't have his money, so they just took the music video off for brains. And then, they told him, Really, that's what they told him. But originally, they told him because he asked them, "How much do I get paid? How do I get paid? What's the depend?" He said they told him that depends on how long the song is. You get paid by minute. So that's why he said he did what he called vamping, which is where that that little do, not like that little do, that shit. Then what the beat is just kind of doing like that. That's why he got it dragged. The song is dragged out so long. And it's like brains, I won't lie. I ate the brains till she's zombified. Sure, they might think it's the rain, but they don't give it a thought if I've eaten their brains. Brains, I won't lie. It's not a matter if it isn't great. And if at first they think it's strange, they won't think twice if they don't have a brain. Yeah, that song. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they ain't pay my man Voltaire for that. I'm like, please, Cartoon Network, the least y'all could do is now pay him. Like, if you ain't gonna pay every single cent, just at least pay whatever half is. Like, if you owed him 24 million, just at least give him 12 million or 12,000. If you only owe him a couple of thousand, if you owe him 24,000, give him 12,000 and call it a day, or at least 11 or 10,000, whatever. And that's just crazy. Also, the line in the song where he said, "Sucker brains out, half an hour later, I'm hungry." So it's okay to make fun of Asian people, but we can't make fun of the blonde haired girls. Because he said he was going to put a line in there about a blonde haired girl, but they wouldn't let him because that was considered offensive. But apparently, you can offend Asian people all you want to, but being offensive to little blonde haired white girl, oh, we can't have that. Because to be clear, I'm saying both of those things are equally offensive. And even if they weren't, one is more offensive than the other, because you're white, you pretty much run this country. What are you talking about? And you're blonde, and you have blue eyes, probably. Come on. In the mortal words of Megan Martin, come on. Hit him with it, yeah. It's like, what the fuck are we actually doing here? Like, y'all really mean to tell me, as a grown ass man, y'all couldn't get this man, y'all can get this man some money, and one thing is more offensive than the other. That's on white people shit. If I ever heard, because y'all gotta be doing that because you're doing my wife. But yeah, I'm not trying to get into like social issues or whatever. I'm not trying to go there. But with Disney and Nickelodeon, I had to because of the whole Rachel Zegler thing. What's the name? Gal Gadot, that kind of thing. Anywho. But yeah. So, and I'm gonna get back to the Class of 3000 thing in a minute. But, Ed and Nettie, they had Ed and Nettie. My best friend playing. In that, Incredible Shrinking Ed song, actually, I think that is the one. I'm not coming out wait, no. I'm not going in anymore. Wait, no. What the fuck am I saying? I'm not coming in anymore. Got too many friends on the outside. Plans on the outside. That don't include you. Go ahead, think what you might. The scream with responsibility, meant for all seasons. You say we lack rhyme or reason. I say we meant for all seasons. Boo, 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 boo. That song. Which if y'all don't remember, but I don't have that I don't have that video. But, and this is some artist, I don't remember, what is his name? What's his name? Finley. His last name is Finley. Chris Finley? Something like that. I'll post it later, but nobody. Anywho, my point is, this dude Finley, he there's a video for that song where Sarah shrinks Eddie and Nitty down, or they was already shrunk. Either way, shrinks them down and chases them around the house trying to grab them. Which again, if this was that one episode of fucking, what's that shit called? Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I'm like, hell yeah. What's her name? Amanda, she can grab me anytime, cause that's Melissa Joan Hart's real life little sister. She kind of fine too, but yeah. Also, she does the animated Sabrina voice, but nah, and like not even in that Yu Yu Hakusho episode, but that was crazy. No. That dude was just and twisting Yusuke's bones so they was cracking and popping and shit. No, that's fucking creepy. No, please don't do that. And also, that should tell you right there, this was never meant for children. Yeah. But yeah. And then there's like a Pokemon one. I can't remember if that's the Mewtwo. I don't think it's the Mewtwo. I think it's like a little psychic girl who's throwing people around like little toys. That's not that. But even that sounds more fun than getting grabbed by Sarah. Fuck Sarah. Sarah can kiss my ass. But from Eddie and Nettie, Sarah from Eddie and Nettie. Anywho. Yeah, but that song, what else song is on there? Well, I mean, that's about it for Eddie and Nettie, I believe. I don't know if I think of another. But, and then you got, what's the shit called? You got Pop-Up Girls, I'm a super funky girl. Yes, I'm a funky girl. I'm a super girl. Yes, I'm a super girl. I'm a funky gal. Yes, I'm a funky gal. I don't say die, 'cause no one can stop me, 'cause I like to fight. That song's called I'm a Supergirl, Buttercup by Shonen Knife. By the way, I don't know what shonen means. You can ask Julia Whitehead or somebody who actually watches anime. But that song is called Shonen, and the group is called Shonen Knife. The song is called I'm a Supergirl, parentheses, Buttercup. Let's go. What's the shit? The other song is Signal in the Sky, yo. That's when you know that you have to fly, yo. Signal in the sky. Oh. Let's go. That song is by a group called Apples and Stereo. Which again, that's why some of these songs are hard to find. But once you know the name of the group, like half of these people, I just didn't know their real name. I didn't know the name of the groups who sang them. And that's why it took me a while to find that, Eddie and Eddie song, I'm Not Coming In Anymore. Plus, like on the mute, when you look it up online, you just get the bootleg video call. And it says, incredible shrinking Eds, which, no, I'm good. But anywho, Yeah, yeah, you get that song. I mean, that's why it took so long. Cause I didn't know I didn't know his name, what his name was, or what the name of the song was. I just knew that was. But and then you got other songs on Cartoon Network who these are the ones that ain't actually even affiliated. Like they not even. I mean, they're not actually Cartoon Network songs, but they just affiliated because they were showing on the channel. So I count anything that aired, unlike anything that aired on Nickelodeon. Like if you air on Disney or Nickelodeon, but you're not actually a Disney product, a Disney property, I'm not going to count you just because you aired there. But with Cartoon Network, sure, because I didn't know at the time. But anyway, Kolioko theme song. That's by Freddy Group. It's called The World. What is it called? The World Away. Yeah, go check. Yeah, that song's good. You know, Pokemon, not just Pokemon, but like, um, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, but let's go I know. Inuyasha, only because it was shown on what is that shit? Toonami or really weeknights. I remember staying up at 1 o'clock at night to watch that show, making sure my mama and my daddy I was already asleep because this show was not for kids. This show had naked women and demons and blood going everywhere. So my mama seen me my mom and my dad seen me like, what the hell what the hell is that? The hell no. Fuck you talking about? No, you ain't finna watch this shit. What the heck? Because at first they're just thinking some kind of little kid show. Because they them kind of people who think all cartoons are for children, but they're not. But yeah, that song was by a group called Do As Infinity. That's D-O as A-S Infinity. Yeah, they did a bunch of other songs. I think that the outro song and a bunch of other songs for because one of them even has Kagome actually on the actual cover art. But I ain't seen Inuyasha in 10 years. The last time I watched Inuyasha, it used to go on at 5 o'clock in the morning. And I remember because I had my little chicken nuggets and, I would have to rewarm them, but they didn't taste good. So I don't know why I wasn't eating them all at one time. I don't know. But anyway, I had little chicken nuggets. I rewarm it in the microwave and I would watch that until 6 o'clock. I also sometimes would watch Degrassi and that was on, but that might not have been the same year or that might have been close to the same. But anyway, then I watched this thing on Entertainment called Most Extreme, and then I think there was another show at 7, or I might have went to bed at 7. I don't fucking know. That was 10 years ago. Give me a break. I was still in my 20s. But either way, that shit was crazy. Pokemon theme, the OG theme, not whatever the new one is. That was crazy. Like a lot of these songs, Totally Spies theme, because Totally Spies originally aired on ABC Family, but it was moved to Cartoon Network, and that's when it became a banger to me, because that's when I became a fan. Because when it was on ABC Family, I thought it was for girls, but for some reason I liked Braceface. But I also thought Unfabulous was for girls, but then I eventually liked that show. So I don't know what to tell y'all. But then you got I don't know what else. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And then like I said, cause Cherish, if y'all want to know what song they sing in the Chemical X songs. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. No one can stop them all because of the Chemical X. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. No one can stop them all because of the Chemical X. Ooh, ooh. Cherish your pop up, two of a kind. But wanna say the word before bedtime from Townsville, New York, Memphis to LA. Pop-up girls and chairs are just here to stay. Hey, we coming through and fighting, and everyone is shocking. And no one is something more because of the chemical waste. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, anywho. But anywho, yeah, that song was bumping. That song was crazy back then. But again, you don't need Cherish to sing that song because I already got a group in mind. But I'm not gonna say because I don't have the power to actually make that happen. And if I did, I would tell you who I would get to replace Cherish and Devo if I had the opportunity. But anywho, because I like the OG versions, but again, they easily replaceable. Like you can replace them with anybody, and I wouldn't think two things about it if you replace them with a much bigger group. Anywho, yeah. But yeah, and if y'all wondering what that is that keep going off in the background that keep saying low battery, I don't know what the hell. I guess that's the fire alarm. But I've been doing it ever since all day, so I'm pretty sure it's not an emergency. And even if it were, what the fuck would it be? It's not like something was gonna explode. So if y'all can, and I know y'all can hear that, so whatever the fuck that is, I don't know what the fuck it is. But I'm assuming it's the fire alarm, because I ain't got nothing else, because I got the phone in my hand, and both of my phones don't make that noise. When they about to go off, they just do like a beep sound, like a dirt kind of sound, and then they'll go off, or they'll tell you how low the battery is, and then they'll finally go off when they get to 1%. But either way, yeah. But, yeah. But back to the Cartoon Network, what's their name? Classic 3000 Throwdown. The Classic 3000 Throwdown, was it was about, it started, basically what it was, Andre 3000 had a show called Classic 3000. They came out in 06. They had this big ass party. And I remember Chris Brown performing on Fridays, but I didn't know the reason he came through. Yeah, that's right. Chris Brown came through and shut it down on Fridays. But the reason I didn't know that is because of like I remember, Classic 3000, and I remember Chris Brown performing on Fridays, but that's all I remember. I didn't remember that the reason he came through and shut it down on Fridays is because he, was performing as one of the performers for the, Throwdown. The only other person who was there was Andre 3000 himself in a big ass marching band. But what I'm saying is, because again, I didn't even remember there was such thing as a, Classic 3000 Throwdown, which again was this big premiere event with a marching band, Chris Brown, and then performing songs from the songs, we throw down, ooh, we throw down. But then again, the only song I knew from Classic 3000 was a theme song. But what I'm saying is, yeah, that and all that was just the premiere, a bunch of other new episodes of TV shows that were right there that were still running. I don't know, My Gym Partner Monkey and whoever else, Squirrel Boy, but mostly just to show the premiere. And, Juniper Lee, but mostly it was for the premiere of Classic 3000. Let's go. But anywho, my point is, yeah, that show was crazy. I mean, that was crazy because they don't do that like that anymore. Because I don't think this is why I don't think all the old folks are over exaggerating. I think they really do just don't pour as much effort, time, money, and these are $1 billion companies. These are the big fucking three: Disney, Nick, CN. They don't pour as much time because I appreciate what they're doing now with Electric Bloom, where they showing, where they showing it during the commercials like they used to back in the day, showing the music videos. They actually even showing the promo. I mean, they mostly told you what time you could watch it. Even then, they had on the 21st of last month, they had this thing where they were showing all the old school DComs just to bring in the new. And I'm like, why specifically the girl ones? Well, you know, the one with girls in them, because like, yeah, I'm like, you could do more than just the ones with girls. And I know that they're a girl band, but still, cause like, yeah, cause if you don't know which ones they had Camp Rock 1 and 2, Cheetah Girls 2, Lemonade Mouth, and I don't think they had shit for Friday. No, they didn't have shit for Friday. I don't know why. Come on, you think they showed a new episode on Friday, but they showed Tangled instead. Now that would make more sense if you showed the Tangled the series, but they also showed, you know, reruns of Villains of Valley View, Bunked, where they song, but they didn't sing the Bunked song. You know, Tidal Wave. Shout out to Peyton List. They didn't do, and then they did Raven's Home. But who the hell want to hear Smokey Flow? Just show old school That's So Raven. Since we already showing old school stuff anyway. Cheetah Girls came out at the same time as That's So Raven. Like, if the kids know what Cheetah Girls is, they'll know what That's So Raven. I don't care. Either way, man, and if y'all want to know why this video is actually called The Power Pop Girls, I forgot to mention, I was going to mention it in the intro of the video, in the start of the video, but it's actually because of the aforementioned Powerpuff Girls who had there was some kind of group earlier this year. It's like a CGI group that I guess performs, and it's a CGI version of the Powerpuff Girls. They perform, I guess, old, like those songs I was just talking about, like Chemical Eggs, I'm a Supergirl, Signal in the Sky. I'm not sure what they perform. They might perform new originals. Oh, Love Makes the World Go Round, which is the only actual song that's actually performed by the actual Powerpuff Girls. Shout out to Tara, Strong, what's her name? E.G. Daily, and whatever the girl name, the redheaded girl that plays Blossom. But yeah, that's why. Oh, y'all also do not want to hear the original version of the Totally Spies theme, because it's not the actual theme song for the show. That was its own song. But they took that, and it's either from the 80s or the 2000s. They took that song and took the, you know, and made it into a theme song. Yeah. Y'all know the one that goes like, gotta get on the road till we stop, and then we'll shop. So what do you dream now, baby? And here we go. On a mission undercover, and we in control. Here we go. We're totally spies, so get on with the show. Here we go. That song. Which, I mean, y'all already knew that, but I just had to do it. But anywho, yeah, this CGI group, and I couldn't find much on it, like on the official Powerpuff page or the official Cartoon Network page, but I assume that's what this group was supposed to be. Now, I'm not going to try to look again, because I tried as hard as I could. If y'all can find out more about it, tell me whatever the hell it was supposed to be, but I believe that's what it was. A CGI group of the Powerpuff Girls. They performed real songs from the show. I don't know, other songs that were inspired by the show, probably that newer songs and songs that probably from the real world that were inspired by the show. Like even that dumbass No Secret song, which again is a good song for every other thing, but like in the early 2000s, that song was featured in The Hot Chick, which fits better with that movie and does not make sense to be in the Powerpuff movie. Like, y'all gotta not do that again. Please don't ever do that again in your life. God damn. It didn't make no damn sense to do that. Yep. But, yeah. So, like, we got into that, like, crazy era where Cartoon Network started making these weird-ass live-action shows. Like, since I would never get a chance to talk about this show ever again, and I would love to, because Out of Jimmy's Head is actually on YouTube for free, bootleg style and all, because nobody cared enough to save this show, And it wasn't until everybody started talking about it last year, this year, and they talking about you can't find the actual show in English anywhere, but you can find the original, like, dubbed versions in full, what's the word? Intact, fully intact. And then everybody started wondering, started reviewing the show. Like, even if they didn't like it, they started reviewing the show. And that's when